Welcome again to Between Two Pines. Our Between Two Pines newsletter here at the district highlights everything happening here every month. And the big thing happening right now, our first 2-year budget, 2025 and 2026. But let's be clear, the budget is not just about numbers. It's really a reflection of our priorities and the investments that we're making to try and create a better Muskoka. So before we look ahead, my guest this month is Julie Stevens, CAO. We're going to take a look back at 2024, some of the highlights, and maybe even some of the things that didn't go well. So, highlights first. So one of the big areas of investment for us at the district, obviously this year, was housing. The big move on housing, our plan just approved in April, but what were some of the highlights for you this year?
So I think the big shining moment for me was 100 Pine Street. So council had approved 44 units. That's coming out of the ground now. So it's really exciting, and we intend to have occupancy in late 2025. Really exciting.
Super exciting, all affordable, all under $1,000 a month rent. So that's a great start on the housing investment. Also big investment in healthcare going on at the district. What was the highlight for you on healthcare?
So the big one, the shining moment for the district, I think, is the redevelopment of the Fairvern home. Okay. And so it's well out of the ground now. The crane is down, and we expect occupancy for those in early mid 2026. And we're talking about moving from 56 residents to 160 residents. So a major impact.
Yeah, a new home for the aged in Huntsville, and a leading edge design, right?
Leading edge.
A social model rather than an institutional model. It's much more about care with dignity in a leading edge home.
It is.
Awesome.
It's exciting.
And then sticking with Huntsville, we had a major investment there in the environment, in protecting the quality of water that goes into our lakes and protecting lake system health. Tell me about that.
Yeah, the shining moment really is we've been advocating for a long time about how expensive water and sewer is within Muskoka, and we received a grant of over $50 million from the province this year, which is enormous. And so what that's going to do is help us decommission the Mount View plant and expand the Golden Pheasant plant. And not only is it good for Huntsville and the water quality and drinking water in Huntsville, but it also reduces the rates, not only the user rates, but as well the development charges for all of Muskoka.
And we can't always focus just on what went well. There were things that didn't go as planned or that we could have done better. And so I guess one of those examples for me this year was in Mactier, we had a lot of blowback from the community about changes we were making in paramedic service. And it was a bit of a lesson as to how when we make changes to services in the community, we really need to get out there in advance of them, explain them, engage the community. And I think we did that kind of after the fact, but only after the rumor mill had taken over. So, but I know there's a lot of other changes we're trying to make, Julie, to improve our communication. Lots more we're doing, and to make it easier to find out about what we do.
Yeah, Jeff, so we know that our websites and our landing pages aren't the easiest to navigate for people. And so it's a priority for us to make them more accessible. One of the examples for this year is the housing landing page. We've made it much simpler for people to be able to see what services we provide and how to engage with it.
100%. Yeah, trying to show people what we do, but also just make it as easy as possible to access information. The more we do that, the more people, I think, can find the information for themselves, but also, we're getting the information out about the changes we're making, the positive changes that we are making in the community. All right, and as we look forward to 2025, what are some of those priorities? What are we going to see in the budget, Julie?
The main focus in the 2025 and 2026 budget is really implementing the action plans that council set out for us in their strategic plan.
Yeah, it's been an amazing 2 years getting a quick start on things like housing and on climate change, but there's a ton more work to do, and it's really kind of laid out in that plan. So it's exciting. We're halfway through the term. We're going into 2025. Lots of big stuff happening. You can find out about it by clicking on our links for the Between Two Pines newsletter and going to muskoka.all.ca. Thanks for watching.